Speaker one for this evening is James Adams. His speech is titled Mind. James Adams with Mind.
I sincerely hope that you won't find this a rhetoric dissertation. Those of you who have heard me before will realise that I've tried to, at least in part, keep a steady theme in the 5 speeches that I've presented to you from the Speaking to Inform manual. Mind. You can make up your mind, can't you, Paul? You can change your mind, can't you, Jim? You can lose your mind. Okay. You can lose your mind. And sometimes you may have thought that you were losing your mind. But in fact, do you really have a mind? When we pass over, if we are autopsy, where do they find the mind? Is it in your brain? There's a well-documented case at a pathology conference in Canada, and the pathologist was describing autopsying a man who'd been a brilliant university mathematician, an outstanding teacher. But it turned out that he had hydrocephalus, and that his brain was about this thin, stuck around the outside of his skull, and his head was full of water. He had been a brilliant university academic and teacher of mathematics. And when the man was finished speaking, another pathologist stood up in the audience and he said, yes, he said, that's true. He said, I autopsied his father. I mean, he had exactly the same thing. So, where is this brilliant mind? Where is this brilliant inspirational capacity? Is it in the brain? The evidence is that the immune system carries more memory, has more memory capacity than the brain has. So, the brain, the mind, the brain is supposed to carry memory. What is memory? I had an experience when I was 50 years old, having deep tissue massage, and in the course of that, I was suddenly 8 years old again, looking through my own eyes, feeling with my own feelings, in a total state of grief. But I could see lichen on the fibre in front of me. I could smell. It's a fully associated memory. Where was I? Where was that in my brain? Was it in my brain? So, the mind contains memory. It has a lot of other functions. What are we talking about when we talk about mind? We're talking about a set of mental processes. The Macquarie Dictionary gives a description as being the sum total of the mental processes or the brain processes that involve thinking and feeling and will. It also fails to mention intuition and inspiration, or the fact that the mind can be informed by the senses. The traditional fire, earth, air, water, intuition, sensing, thinking and feeling. These 4 functions of mind that inform or make up the totality of consciousness or meditation or the mind. The issue here that I want to talk about, what we're concerned about is, what is mind? Do you have a mind or don't you? When you look at the 4 functions, you'll see that some are recognised by different systems. The Greeks spoke of psyche, that mind and psyche are equated, and that is done in the Macquarie Dictionary. The problem is when you come to talk about mind, there are many disciplines that use the word mind very differently. So, and it becomes very, very confusing, and this has concerned me a lot over the past 13 years because I've done a lot of work in this area. And I find it very, very difficult that when you're talking to someone and they talk about mind, you're not precisely sure what it is that they mean. So it becomes very difficult to make up your mind about mind. Certainly, some people think of mind as representing the mental processes that are associated purely with the rational function, the logical, analytical, thinking processes of mind are spoken of as the rational function, and all too often become equated as that process that is called mentation. And if you are strong in the rational function, then you are healthy. If you are not strong in rational function, you may be designated as being irrational or emotional, or in fact, taken to the extreme, you have a mental disorder. Certainly, people like St. Augustine argued that the capacity, the thing that separated man from animals was the function, the rational function of mind, which was about reason. And so anything that distracted him from his rational, reasoning, logical, analytical processes was the work of the devil, because the mind and the soul were one and the same thing for him. Aquinas, about 700 years later, took it to the point where women, because they were irrational, had no mind, and therefore they had no soul. Because the mind and the soul were equated as one and the same thing. So the issue, you may find this dramatic, but when we are talking about mind, we don't know what we're talking about. Nothing can be more abstract than the concept of mind, because we simply do not know what it is, where to find it, or how to evaluate it. So how anybody can say somebody else has got a mental disorder and medicate them with some sort of pharmaceutical preparation, I do not know. Thank you.